बिशारतों की नवीद हम हैं।
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Usman Deen. I study at the University of Reading. I'm studying philosophy, politics and economics. I'm also part of Khuddamul Ahmadiyya. Khuddamul Ahmadiyya brings an element of brotherhood, and by having this brotherhood it keeps us well connected, not only amongst ourselves but amongst our Creator as well.
नक़ीब हम हैं।
I've learned through my childhood that every blessing comes through Jamaat. Hence, been given the opportunity to serve as a National Amla member within Majlis Khuddamul Ahmadiyya. But I believe the true essence of doing this work is purely for Allah's sake and getting His blessings.
And whatever we do as Majlis Khuddamul Ahmadiyya, it's either one or the other. You either are serving your Creator or you're serving, the creation.
On the 31st of January 1938, 10 young men from Qadian went to seek permission from Hazrat Musleh Ma'ood to form a youth organization. And because of the passion that Hazur had for the youth of the community, Hazur instantly agreed for formation of this organization. Eventually, Hazrat Musleh Ma'ood named this organization Majlis Khuddamul Ahmadiyya on the 4th of February 1938.
And as the name suggests, it literally means the servants of Ahmadiyya. And the whole purpose was to get the youth involved, especially those youth or those youngsters that weren't scholars. They were average people. They were just like you and I. It was the thought process behind everything of Hazrat Musleh Ma'ood, so that even those youngsters that aren't scholars or who are not accustomed to religious knowledge or acquiring religious knowledge, even they get involved and become great servants of the Ahmadi Muslim community.
The auxiliary organizations were created was to ensure that great attention was placed upon the moral, religious and spiritual training of Ahmadis of all ages. The auxiliaries were established in order to bring members of the Jamaat closer to their religion and to explain to them their individual responsibilities. They also serve to guide the members of the Jamaat about how they can fulfill material and worldly needs while staying firm to their faith.
हम नशीं तुझको है एक मंजिल की तलाश.
It's a tradition of the Jamaat. It was a tradition of Majlis Khuddamul Ahmadiyya since the inception, since Hazrat Musleh Ma'ood's time, to have ijtimaat, to have these gatherings. And at first it was just for the national Majlis itself, that they used to meet once a year. And initially it was attached to Jalsa Salana, that a session was just dedicated for Ijtima, Majlis Khuddamul Ahmadiyya, and in that Ijtima, the Khalifa would come and preside the event and deliver his address. But as years went on, especially after the partition of the subcontinent, we find that Hazrat Musleh Ma'ood introduced local ijtimas and regional ijtimas as well.
Hence, the structure of Khuddamul Ahmadiyya has been set in a way that, right at the start of the year, of the Majlis Khuddamul Ahmadiyya year, local ijtimaat are held across the country, and these are held within each qiyadat, and the average size of each qiyadat is about 30 to 40 khuddam. And it is from those khuddam that the organizers would be formed, and they would run the ijtima solely by themselves. Then similarly, the next stage from an ijtimaat perspective would be the regional ijtima, and then eventually the flagship event of Khuddamul Ahmadiyya is the national ijtima, which takes place once every year.
आफियत का जोड़ क्या
Being part of Khuddamul Ahmadiyya, we are the youth of a society, and as a nation cannot be reformed without reforming its youth. I believe we are a pillar of the society. So if we establish good habits and good morals at this age, we'll inshallah carry them on to our later age. And I feel growing up in this society, having something like Khuddamul Ahmadiyya, which creates a brotherhood, and it brings us closer also to Khilafat as well.
The work I've done in Majlis Khuddamul Ahmadiyya has given me a lot of training and development from that perspective, which I can then take and utilize in my worldly jobs. I feel that my relationship and my bond with Khilafat Ahmadiyya is stronger than ever before, and I think Khalifatul Masih is a representative of Allah the Almighty at this time in this world. And if you have that strong relationship with Khalifatul Masih, then it does help you create that stronger link with Allah the Almighty as well.
You know, since Hazrat Saab has come into, the office of Khilafat, he has reiterated time and again the importance of namaz, the importance of salat. And that's exactly what he wants us to do as well. And our local ijtimas, our regional ijtimas, our national ijtima, the theme that Hazur has given us for the year is Hasti Bari Dala, which means the existence of Allah. So proving how Allah exists, and not just proving how Allah exists, but how Allah plays such a pivotal role in our life. And that's the vision of Hazur, and we're trying our bit to ensure that that vision of Hazur is implemented.
दुनिया में महफिल की तलाश अब तो है खुद शम्मा को दुनिया में महफिल की तलाश